Well, hello there to my Capricorns. This is Queen Moon Ra coming to you with your general reading, Capricorns. Let's do it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it, Tiff. All right. Happy Saturday to everybody. You may be watching this video on October 18th when it's being filmed. The video is for Sunday, October 19th through Sunday, October 26th, which obviously is going to push us beyond the new moon phase and the new cycle. A new cycle actually begins, a new phase within a new cycle actually begins on October 21st, where the moon will be in Libra, and then it'll move into Scorpio, right? The moon is currently in Virgo if you're watching it on Saturday. And so that could affect your digestive tract, your small intestines, your pancreas. So you want to make sure if you're indoors doing, little tasks around the house and things like that, or grounding, Virgo is an earth sign. We're not talking about any Virgos that you know. Virgos rule 6th house. Anything that you're doing and you're in receiving mode, you want to slow down, pay attention to all of the messages that's coming through. And they're coming through memories. Past memories, right? You want to be very meticulous in paying attention to past memories so that you don't miss any memories, good, bad, whatever source wants you to remember. It's going to be a good time for you to remember, so that you can finally close out some cycles, so you can finally close them out. All right, new and exciting love awaits. New and exciting love awaits. All right. Yeah. You want to, because that maybe was what somebody been wanting. You've been wanting some new and exciting love. And so when Source is saying new and exciting love, and you had some bad experiences from your past, that also connects you with past where you used to live. Because those memories also, because remember water, that's connecting us also with an emotion too, right? Water, erotic love, right? It's not agape love, erotic love. So if you're interested in a new erotic love, that's, that could be tapping into a temptation for you. So be real clear. You have new and exciting love awaiting, but if it's going to take you back to a place where you have some kind of trauma, then that's not going to be a love for you. It could be tempting. Somebody could look like how you want them to look. They could be the person that you want. But if that person is not willing to be in a new location where you are, and the devil is real crafty, then it could keep triggering you to the place where you experience some kind of trauma. In some way, shape, form, or fashion, it could keep triggering you because you're almost still going back there. It literally is like, to some degree, like staying in touch with people on a job where you worked, where you were on such a hostile work environment. You thinking, okay, I don't want my colleagues to think that, once I left the job, I just cut them off. At some point, you're going to have to not care what people think. Your mental health is at stake here. It's like, okay, you were in a hostile work environment. I'm going to have to say bye to everybody connected to that job. Or you grew up in a neighborhood where, hey, it was so traumatic in that neighborhood or that school, I'm going to have to cut everybody off. I have to put myself first. I can't be just having a nervous breakdown or just like having an episode, right? I'm just going to have to cut people up. People just want to understand. Your mental health comes first. Your mental and your physical health comes first. So that's what somebody is starting to lean towards. Is like, okay, at first you want to stay connected to people from your past. When you're saying new is new. New, that's not old. That's the opposite of old, right? Exciting was the opposite of that, right? Love was the opposite of that, right? And so awaits was the opposite of that, right? So Source is trying to help somebody to understand that you want to hit a reset button, right? So anything from your past, anything or anybody from your past, if Source has physically moved you away from a past that could have been traumatic for you, it could be somebody from your past that could be absolutely your type. But any words, they talking about the restaurants, all of this, the people that you know, all of that. If it was something connected to something that was traumatic, I'm trying to tell y'all, you're going to be doing yourself a favor to say, I need to just, until I can just heal from something, like completely heal from something, I'm going to need a minute. And I'm saying minute, I'm using it lightly, but sometimes you need years to say, okay, it may take me years, or sometimes you just need to cut it off altogether. Like, it's going to take me years, no matter what people think, what they say. Sometimes you need to cut it off altogether. People going to be like, they don't talk to me anymore. They got brand new. Okay. They don't know what kind of trauma you went through. They can say brand new. They can say whatever they want to. So somebody is starting to get the message. Somebody is starting to get the message. How important your mental health is, and how crafty the devil is. How crafty the devil is, right? So you got people that's watching out for you. There are people that are happy that you have new love in your life, whoever you are, but they're also, very, sending out prayers to you as well. Very sensitive, to the fact that you could have new love, new job, new friends, new this and that. But they're also very sensitive to your transition. Whoever you are, very sensitive to your transition. If you're moving from one phase of your life, you could be moving from homelessness to now you have a new home. So you could have made friendships where you were before. Now you in your space, right? So, but if something traumatic happened, something could have been traumatic, you're ascending, your prayers have been answered. It's not that you got brand new, but you worked really hard on your prayer life. If you went from an impoverished way of thinking to a wealthy mindset, right? Certain things you're not moving differently anymore. You prayed for where you are. Something about you prayed for where you are. So people have to ascend higher to be on the same frequency where you are. And you're not judging those energies, but you'll keep going back. You'll keep going back until they ascend, which will bring you back down to a lower frequency. So somebody is learning how when you're new and people are accusing you of being brand new, it can go from exciting to, the opposite real fast. You can end up hating it real fast, right? You can go from cloud 9 to just, now all the air has gone out of it real fast. Like, now I really don't like what I'm doing. I don't like this new relationship. Don't like this new job because I'm getting this constant reminder. So somebody is starting to get the point. What's the current situation? Here was the Empress card, right? Your abundance and your prosperity is starting to grow. It's starting to grow. Your abundance and your prosperity is starting to grow. I love this for you, right? And so you're feeling good about, your abundance and your prosperity growing, right? And you have all of these spiritual gifts that you inherited. You've carried people on your backs before, right? Remember, you all are the sea goat. So you've carried people's emotions on your back, right? Basically, you were there for people. You felt their emotions, whether it's your friends, the people you went to school with, the people you grew up with, all of that. So Source is saying you don't have to do that anymore. You don't have to carry other people's emotions on your back anymore. You can release all of that. It's a whole new you. So now the moon is in Virgo. You don't have to, somebody call you with their issues and problems. Guess what? You can give them advice. That's it. You don't have to drop everything and go racing to their aid. You can just simply give them advice. That's leading them to water, but you can't force them to drink it. That's it. Just give them advice. But carrying them, I got to stop everything. I got to drop everything. I got to go race to this person's aid, because you could be racing into a setup. That's what somebody had to, that's what a lot of people have to learn the hard way. You're racing into a setup. Being set up, right? Yeah. So here we have the 7 of Pentacles here, right? Somebody set somebody, that's the challenge here, money. Somebody telling you, you can make a whole lot of money doing so-and-so. Planting that seed. A seed was planted very early on by an earth sign. Earth could be Virgo, Capricorn, another Capricorn, or Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, right? So the seed was planted very early on. Here, you want some money? You can make some money doing this. You can make some money doing that. I'm telling you, money is a form of energy. It's a form of energy. So don't be chasing money. That seed was planted very early on. So it's a form of energy. So it's best for somebody to learn, when you got other people that you got to care for, when you feel like I got to care for other people, it's best for you to say, okay, you know what? I can tell people what I'm doing, and it's up to them to make a decision as to if they want to do the same thing. If they don't, okay, hey, it's a new and exciting you. It's not your responsibility to carry everybody. Some kind of generational cycle chain and curse was broken in the womb. In other words, either your mother or your father broke some kind of a generational cycle chain and curse and made you feel like you didn't have to carry them. It wasn't your duty and responsibility to carry them. They say, hey, focus on you. They're not making you carry some kind of a burden and some kind of weight. When your money is growing, grow your money. So that could be a challenge, especially if one side said, okay, you got to carry people, and another side said you don't. That could be a challenge for some people. So you could feel like, okay, well, it's your duty and responsibility to carry a household, and whether you're a man or woman, I got to carry a household. I got to be if I'm a man, I got to carry the weight of your family, the generation. I got to carry everybody's weight, right? You got to be like the man on, I saw on Instagram, right? I saw this guy on Instagram. Well, he and his wife, had taken the entire family out to dinner, right? So the wife said to her husband, this time get separate bills, right? So the husband was like, why? We can afford it. We can pay everybody's bills. She's like, no, this time just try it. Separate bills and see what happens, right? And he was heartbroken because he got separate bills, and not one of those people said goodbye to them as they were leaving. In other words, he was so conditioned to carry everybody around him, his entire family, going out, hey, so-and-so got the bill. People racing out, oh, I love you, hugging, all of y'all can only imagine. When you got people in the family that's used to carrying people, it's a sense of entitlement with that. Oh, so-and-so Capricorn got it, or whatever zodiac sign in your family. Oh, that person got it. They're going to take care of it. But then when it gets to a point where people overstep a boundary, this is where Saturn is. During Saturn return, they don't have a problem breaking into your bank accounts, creating some kind of fraud, stealing your money. Copycat energy. Y'all, that's what y'all got to see this, because the seed was planted very early on. Oh, just take what you want from them. They got more than enough. Set them up. Anything. That's what y'all don't see. When some people, when they're that greedy when it comes to money, they'll do anything when it comes to money. So that's what somebody is starting to learn. And so when you talk about new and exciting love, when somebody tells you, hey, listen, you don't have to pay for this, and you don't have to pay for that, and you don't have to take care of this and take care of that. See it as a blessing. Don't look at it as like, oh, I'm so used to. I was like it's a. Some people have to literally be broken out of that. Like literally, they see it as like rejection. You feel rejected. You feel rejected because somebody don't want you to pay for something. Where you pray to hold on to more money, so maybe you can invest it in something else or circulate it in something else and grow it, and maybe now reroute it, to something else, and maybe you can invest it into something. Maybe you invest it into a school, maybe you invest it into stocks, or maybe you invest it into something that's going to help pay for somebody's education. So if something else somebody's learning how to invest in. That's what somebody's learning how to invest into something else, right? So yeah, so I see you being able to defend your decision to move on from something without coming across as defensive, right? So something has come to an end. Somebody's going to ask you why. Somebody's going to ask you why. Why aren't you, and somebody's going to think that you're lying. Somebody is going to think that you're lying. Something having to do with your abundance and your prosperity. You're growing your money. Like somebody's going to be wanting you to give them something. Like, carry them on their back. Somebody going to want you to, maybe loan them some money or whatever. The answer is going to be no. Because somebody at this point feels like they're entitled to something. They feel entitled. The answer is no. And that's on just that. Just no. Yeah, here's the Magician card. Yeah, you got two magicians there. And you got two energies that really feel like they looking at your money. They are pocket watching, in other words. They really feel like it's your responsibility to carry them financially. It is not your responsibility. The answer is going to be a no. You're trying to grow your abundance and your prosperity. You know, there's something that you prayed for yourself. It's not your responsibility to carry, because that will be carried down through the bloodline. Then you expect whoever you are, your kids, to do it. Their kids expect somebody going to break that generational curse. That's a curse. Here we have the King of Pentacles here. The energy of money is very attracted to literally everybody because it's energy, right? It's a form of energy. So you're so distracted. You're so distracted. I worked this hard and now everything that I make is going out to these energies here. Because the seed was planted in them. To whatever you get, they feel like there's an allotment there. Hands out, shaped like cups. Right? So you never make it to the King of Pentacles. You never get a chance to invest because you're always, you know, carrying other people on your back. It's literally like carrying other people, giving somebody a ride, and they weigh down in your car. You can't figure out for the life of you why you have to keep going to the gas station and filling up. They never offer gas money. They never offer anything. Or maybe they offer gas money a little bit here. I give you a little something for gas, right? They don't consider wear and tear on your tires, wear and tear on your car, mileage, you know, to and fro, all of that. I'll give you a little something. And so you get to whatever destination, you get $5. I'm not really sure where $5 in this day and time and where on planet Earth you can get, because they've already tallied up in their mind $5 is all you deserve for wherever they took you from here to there. I'm not sure. That'll be the first and last time. You're good. That may give you like, what, this much gas, right? So that's just an example of how people they'll make room. They'll know exactly when you get paid, and they feel like they're deserving of your money. You never get an opportunity. It's always like it's everything that comes in is ours, right? So they make an allotment for it. They always available when it's your money, always available. So somebody they feel like their back is against the wall. This is where you pray. This is when you feel your back is against the wall when it comes to friends and family. People that you feel like the number 4 could be significant here. You feel like you poured out everything. You poured out everything. You feel like your back is against the wall, but at this point you over it. This is where you go into prayer. Source, my back is against the wall, the creator, higher power, whoever. I feel like I poured out everything. I don't have any more else to give, right? And so it looks like these energies have either recorded something or copied something or did something to kind of sort of hold you to bound you to something. When it comes to it, this is where you're going to have to really trust in faith. These energies knew what they were doing to burn you, whoever you are, so that when your back is against the wall, you feel like, okay, I have no other choice. But yes, you do. Yes, you do. Somebody is getting rich off of your abundance and your prosperity. Yes, you do. Whoever you are. Yes, you do. Yep. So 8 of Pentacles. So somebody else's back was against the wall here. 4 people's back was against the wall here, right? So something is already done. All you need to do when somebody is coming to you, somebody has already taken care of something for you. 4 people have already taken care of something for you, whoever you are, Capricorn. Because your back is against the wall and you are having to pay for something that like literally in coins and money, credit cards, whatever. You are having to pay for something you really don't have to pay for. You never had to pay for something. So in a sense, you're being bullied. You're having to pay for something you never had to pay for. Now you got new and exciting love coming across your path and you can't think straight because you can't even think, okay, is this taking me back? I'm so distracted. I can't even think. Can I be in a new love relationship? Is this the right love? Is the devil playing tricks on my mind? I can't even think straight. My back is against the wall. But this is the beauty of other people taking the time out, being in a safe space by themselves, right? This is going to be you right here in your own space by yourself, whoever you are, man or woman, it doesn't really matter. Or unless you're in your relationship with your person, right? Because I see new and exciting love awaits, right? People have been benefiting off of you making money, your abundance and your prosperity. They have been benefiting from it. And so you feel like your back is against the wall, your arms folded, you over it. But this is where you pour into yourself. So somebody could literally be, when it comes to family and friends, somebody already, this 7 right here is justice. 7 right here. 2 people already went to law enforcement about family members, as far as you're concerned, about 4 people and what they did to you. Somebody lived in a house with 4 people. Some people already went to law enforcement on these people, okay? Your back is not against the wall. All you need to do is say no. You're not giving anybody else another dime. You're not giving them another dime. I don't care where you go on planet Earth. If they ask you, the answer is no. Give no more explanation. No more explanation. You never had to give anybody a dime. That's the message right there. You never had to get him a dime. Yeah, these energies are straight up cold-blooded. The 7 right here is justice. This is your justice right here. You can defend your decision to move on. Defend your decision to move on. Like I said, you got new and exciting love coming across. This organization feels like they hold the key to yours and someone else's answer, right? It's a religious organization that feels like they hold the key to you and someone else's answer to something, right? The answer is no. You're not paying anybody else anything else. That's period. That's just no. It's just a big fat no. Just no. No. Let the chips fall where they may, because somebody already reported something. Yeah. Somebody basically said somebody was a garden tool, right? Instead of saying that they were free-spirited, somebody said that they were a garden tool, right? But this is a projection. The moon is moving into Libra. Libra is a relationship sign. So somebody was basically saying that somebody is a garden tool, saying that you and somebody are a garden tool. Y'all know what garden tool I'm talking about, right? So somebody wanted to feel like they had copies of something. But keep something in mind. This is the physical to something, because this is not high priestess. This is the physical of something, right? When you walked away from these cold-blooded energies who did something cold-blooded to you, right? You had something in the physical for these 2 energies here. You had something in the physical. And that's the key. Somebody, whoever you are, if you learn how to, and this is for a guy right now, this whole reading is for men and women, but this is specifically for a guy. Because people have been so ruthless towards you, somebody's going to be a great parent. You know, whether you have sons or daughters, somebody's going to be an excellent dad, an excellent father, because you're traveling through lifetimes, whether you realize it or not. Whoever you are, you're gonna be a great head of a household, whoever you are, because somebody decided to stop a generational curse, right? And you are the recipient of a generational curse breaker. You're on the other side of a generational curse breaker. So all you need to do is learn how to pour into yourself. I can say it until I'm literally blue in the face. Find out what your moon sign is. It doesn't take you any money. Find out what your moon sign is. Pull your birth chart, whether you know your time of birth or not. Pull your birth chart. Read it. Just look at the section where it says moon. What does it say? You can go to YouTube and then type in, my moon is such and such. How can I nurture myself if my moon is such and such? Some of it will say you can read a book, you can listen to water sounds, drink more water. You know, this is just you know, stuff that's available to the public, things that you can do for yourself, right? But you should not have to be paying somebody something that somebody, like I said, somebody is paying. You've been paying somebody something, right? Somebody's gonna make an excellent father to a son. You could have a son and a daughter. Somebody could have a son or a daughter, because you have the key. You have the key to knowing the nature of men and women. Something about your energy. So, and again, this is for, and so going back to both men and women here, you're free of something. You're free from having to pay for something. You're free to having to pay for something. You have new and exciting love coming across your path. If you're not already attracted to somebody, you have new and exciting love coming across your path. But you can walk away from this. Whatever it is, you can walk away from it. Here we have the Temperance card. Right. And and just be in harmony with yourself. You know, you be in harmony with yourself. You have a guardian angel, earth angel. You can you know, rise above something. Your money problems are gone. You have a twin flame. So a partnership in business and or in love coming across your path. Stop carrying your friends and family members and all that mess on your back. Somebody's going to go back to doing it because somebody's actually going to get offended. Well, family over everything. If you want to, that's up to you. But don't get offended if people don't invite you to stuff. Don't get offended if, you know, you want to see it as, okay, maybe you can blame it on their head and not their heart, right? Maybe they forgot. And that's for real. Like the holidays are around the corner. Maybe they forgot. You know, maybe they so busy cooking and doing things like that. That's where you want to extend grace. So if they forgot, you pick up a phone. Hey, did y'all leave me off the list? Might forget. That could also be Source's way of saying, hey, stay home and save your money. Find a good movie to watch for free on YouTube, right? You've been saying you want to save money. They forgot. No problem. Y'all send me the video footage or pictures that everybody took together. Hey, no problem. I saved my money, right? That could be another thing, right? But I do see you putting the past behind you. I see you finally putting the past behind you. Finally putting the past behind you. Because somebody is not a little kid anymore where you feel like, okay, I got to be around everybody all the time and I got to bring everybody together and all of that, where it's costing you. It's costing you. It's costing your kids, or if you have kids, it's costing parents. It's costing all of these people where you got to bring, you feel like you got to be the glue to bring everybody together. Why? That's conditioning. Somebody was conditioned to believe that that seed was planted a long time ago. You got to carry everybody's emotions on your back. No, you do not. Release that. You're going to feel 1,000% better. Release it. Somebody's a druid, a kind of malevolent nocturnal spirit associated with nightmares. And you're gonna start feeling like, you know what, I want to do something for certain people. You're gonna feel much better when you say, you know what, I'm doing this because I want to do it. And it's gonna be better received because people will be able to tell from your energy that you were excited about doing certain things for certain people. So trust your first mind. Trust your first mind, right? You have the gift of clairaudience. This is clear listening. Pray and meditate. People can always tell when somebody doesn't really want to do something. They can tell. Your friends can tell, like, if you want to help them move, they can see the eye rolling. They can see the deep breathing. Okay, what am I going to get from this? Y'all know what I'm saying? Like, can you help me move? I was planning on doing something. Okay, well, I mean, what time? Because I got something else to do. You know, people can tell, like, well, we all going to the restaurant. You can tell if a person feels like, okay, I'll show up if you're going to pay for it. But you respect their honesty. Respect their honesty, right? So this time if somebody's asking you for something because they did something, so this is where you say, no. Somebody you consider as family is pushing your back up against the wall. The answer is just going to be no. Your back is not against the wall. You've already poured out everything you had. The answer is no. Your inner child is proud of you. Leave them behind. Put yourself first. Yeah, you're not being boxed in anymore. You're not being guilt tripped. None of those things. No, the answer is just no. First red flag, pray and meditate. Archangel Michael, the dispenser of justice, is with you. If they're threatening to do something, tell them to do it. Tell them to do it because somebody has already reported something. So tell them to do it. So your enemy's plan backfired. Yep, somebody has a very prideful spirit. Somebody's looking for any kind of way to grow their money. Tell them to do it. So whatever it is, tell them to do it. Get focused. The best is yet to come. No matter what they did, tell them to do it. But they're not getting another dime from you. And that's not a bluff. That's a promise. Empowerment. What y'all don't notice in here is a tower. That's what you don't notice. You don't need to have a total recall of anything. Your back is not against the wall. Because there's too many people that are well aware of something now. That's what somebody doesn't understand. A lot of stuff has been going on behind the scenes as far as you're concerned. So you think people have just walked away because they weren't aware of something that was going on, or was some kind of secret of like who was behind what, right? But you'd be surprised at how compassionate some people really, really are, and how people secretly drop information. They may not say a name, but they secretly drop hints, right? Y'all remember, I keep mentioning this movie, what is it? It's with Keira Knightley, with the about the woman that's on the yacht, the Destiny Swap. If y'all have seen it, it's a really good movie, and I keep mentioning it because I really want y'all to watch it. Not that I'm really necessarily plugging the movie, but it is really a good movie. It's really, really a good movie, y'all. Because it was just amazing how these people were sitting on this boat, and they were in this close proximity to this person, and didn't recognize. Like, you be expect. I'm just taking a minute to pull up the name of the movie, and there's so many movies, right? I also listed a book on my community page. I'm gonna set it up again where y'all see the books in the background again. I'll do that again because the people start some of you all. I'll just kind of sort of switch it back and forth, like where you can see the books, where you can see these. Like see this view right here. Sometimes you'll be able to see the book. Sometimes you'll kind of sort of kind of switch it back around so you can see the books. But people have been. You'd be surprised at how compassionate people are. And the book, by the way, is it's called Furious Hours by Harper Lee. Yeah, it's called Furious Hours by Harper Lee. It's about this reverend who was taking out life insurance policies on his members and his exes. And he was getting away with it for a while. That's all I'm going to say about the book. But it's a really, really good book. It's a lot of really good books out here. But anyway. So, Source is saying you're leaving some energies behind because you're starting to realize when you feel like a situation is a new and exciting love, how triggering something could be if you already, and I'm rounding this thing out. You remember when you're having a Saturn return, when you're realizing what a Saturn return is like sometimes you're going back to, you're reconnecting with what's familiar to you. Okay, you're reconnecting with somebody who you feel like, okay, we are from the same place, but that place that you were with could have been traumatic for you. Something could have been traumatic, for you in that where you came from, right? And you're like, okay, well, I'm familiar with that place, but that place that you came from could have been traumatic. And Source is trying to get you out of this mindset. I gotta stay connected to people just because we from the same place, right? That works in certain environments, but it doesn't work in other environments. Like if you're in survival mode, okay, we're making connection that, okay, I like this certain, but if it's traumatic, you may be trying to say, okay, I don't want to listen to that kind of music anymore. I don't want to be away from something is just traumatic, right, for somebody. So, but you have new and exciting love, meaning that Source could have, in your Saturn return, you are physically moving away from everything that reminds you, that connects you with some kind of trauma, right? So you having your back against the wall, somebody else took action. Some other people took action. So that's what I'm seeing here for you. So that you would feel secretly empowered. Some other people took action so that you could secretly feel empowered. So your abundance and your prosperity could grow. So you could get focused. Here's the Lover's card. So it's time for you to make a decision. I see a twin flame coming across your path. Twin flame. You're starting to pray about some things and let Source work some things out instead of letting other people act like they are your savior. Other human beings act like they're your savior. Right? Somebody is learning how to get by themselves and just say, okay, Source, give me a sign. And I'm telling y'all, it's like sometimes it's just as quick as this. You could be in a grocery store and you're just like, like right there trying to make a decision about something, like, okay, not sure what to do. Okay, I'm not really sure what to do. Like you could wake up that morning and say, okay, I'm not really sure. Should I ask my manager for a raise? I'm not really sure. And it could put you in such an antsy kind of way. I'm not really sure if I should say something. I don't know how to approach them. I feel like I've been working. This is an example, okay? Because I'm looking at the Empress card here. Should I ask them for a raise? I know I've done well. I've met all the expectations. I'm not really sure, if what's happening, You know, I thought by now I should have heard something. So instead of going to talk to 10, 15, 20 different people, did you get a raise? Did you hear anything back? You know, this is where Source is trying to help somebody build up your confidence, right? And learn through other creative ways of doing things. Sometimes you'll see something like the number 11 in different forms. 11 means, you know, like getting off the, it's the number for light, like in Light, right? So this is where you say, okay, I'm gonna get off the fence and become enlightened about something, right? So it's like an initiation by a source, the creator, higher power, right? Instead of source, I don't need to be enlightened by my colleagues, my coworkers, because they're gonna say a big, I don't know. So, okay, now you walk away even more confused. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure either. I have no idea. Okay, now you're more confused. Now you exhausted at this point. I'm now even more turned around and confused. I have no idea. Then you see number 11, you say, okay, let me go directly to my manager and find out directly through them. Let me sit down, let me get structured and organized. Let me get my thoughts together, right? And let me go back through some emails and stuff. Okay, these were my expectations. This is what they expected for me to do. Okay, I met this, these deadlines, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let me go to them with a structured note or email or thoughts in my mind and say, okay, I met all of these expectations. I was just kind of wondering, is there anything else I need to do? With something else happening? Because you're respectful of their time as well. And boom, you're getting your answer. That's what I'm seeing here. So the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come for somebody. Because something has somebody kind of like stuck. Like something has someone stuck. Because you have, like I said, new and exciting love here is here for you. And you feel a lot more empowered. I see a twin flame here, you know, for you. But y'all got to understand, too, a lot of people are, if it's love for you, a lot of people are relocating. And if where you're from, if the people around you are a reminder of your trauma in some way, shape, form, or fashion, your new and exciting love may not be where you're from. To make sure they're not married. Make sure they're not already in a relationship. So that's what somebody is really learning. Like, that's what somebody is learning. So I'm saying, here's the Lover's card. And it's coming out twice. So you got partnership in business and in love. So this is double. This is like a double blessing for somebody, right? Here's the Empress card, right? So, you know, you're growing, they're growing, their abundance and prosperity is growing, yours is growing. So you're not, you won't be, I don't see you in a relationship with somebody who is expecting for you to carry them financially. They're not expecting you to carry them financially. So it's not like your money is their money. Or they're expecting for you to, you know, they right there with you. They just as driven as you are, just as hard working as you are, all of that, right? So, yeah, so somebody has a very nurturing spirit, and some people feel like their back was against the wall. Here we have the Three of Cups here. And started talking. They started talking about these energies. And these nurturing spirits could be right where you're from, right? And they know some stuff. And so decided to empower you with some, you know, with some things. Who knows? But anyway, this is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm seeing for you. Hopefully this is helpful for someone. And I will see you all in the next video. Right, so this is so you're learning how to get focused. You're learning how to get focused. And that's what I have for you. All right, bye.